Okay, welcome everyone to tonight's virtual college fair with PACAC. Just a few reminders before we get started this evening with our reps. How do you ask questions this evening for our reps? You can use the Q&A function on your screen to ask any of our reps questions throughout the evening. They'll be monitoring that Q&A function tonight. Your cameras and your microphones are off, so we cannot see or hear you. And there are more sessions happening tomorrow night. So definitely sign up for more sessions, hear from more colleges and universities, hear what they have to offer as well. And then this recording will be available at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania within a few days. Now I'm going to turn it over to our first institution, which is Lebanon Valley College.
Hi, everyone. I'm Beth Ann Hankin. I'm an Assistant Director of Admissions at Lebanon Valley College. I want to share with you about LVC and how you achieve more and go further. Okay, so first off, we are #1 among all colleges and universities in Pennsylvania for alumni job placement for 3 years running. So while we can't beat Notre Dame on the football field, I always joke around about, we can place our students in jobs and careers in everything that they desire for 3 years running for #1. And we are very proud about that. So so whatever you want to do, whatever your passions, your jobs are, we do this by our Breen Career Center for College Success. Right away from freshman year on, our students are allowed to visit the Breen Center, and the Breen Center goes to you. So the Breen Center goes into your classrooms and does career preparation with you. They help you with your strengths finders. They help you identify the 7 strengths that you have. They help you make sure that you're prepared for your career. They help you with your personal branding. They help you with your digital platform. They help you with all sorts of things, including your resume, including your cover letter. They help you with your interviewing skills. So that's some of the things that our Breen Center does for you. Also, our freshman experience course, not only do you have the typical freshman English class, but you have the extra credit. It's 4 credits instead of 3. And that helps you with your mental wellness. It helps you with your organizational skills. You meet with your advisor and you go over like class schedules, and you make sure that you're taking enough time for studying, things like that. So we are about 20 students per class. We have a 10-to-1 student faculty ratio. There are over 90 clubs and facilities and organizations. We have about 1,630 undergraduates. We have 26 varsity intercollegiate athletic programs. We are Division III. It's easy to marry your sports passion, your athletic passion with your academics here. And as I said before, we're #1 in job placement. So that's a little bit about us. We are located in Annville, Pennsylvania. It's very rural where we are. However, don't let that fool you. You get out into the community. On Wednesdays, we have networking with professionals. We have pizza with professionals, where you can go in and talk to them about how they obtain their career goals. And you can sit and talk to them about networking and career aspirations. So we are about 8 minutes from Hershey. I'm sure you've heard of that sweetest place on earth. We are about, I don't know, like 20 minutes from Harrisburg. We are close to Philadelphia and New York City, so you can get anywhere. So this is an overview of our campus. Things to do. We have, like I said, over 90 clubs. You can always start a club. Our students are very community service oriented. That's the type of student that we attract at our school. Over 94% of our students do some sort of community service on campus. So we have abroad trips, study abroad programs. We also do a lot of service mission trips. So in terms of our guarantee, we have a 4-year scholarship guarantee. So when you apply to LVC, you will get one of 5 scholarships, and those will follow you all 4 years. So it's between $20,000 to $30,000. That was the scholarship guarantee for this past year. I'm sure it's going to go up this year. We don't have those numbers yet, but when you apply, you are guaranteed one of those scholarships based on your academic performance in school. We're an SAT optional school. We also accept either the LVC application or the common application. So both are free and we accept either. We do not care which way you apply. The LVC application opens July 1st. The common application, if you're applying to many schools, it makes sense to apply via the common app, and that opens August 1st. So if you want to apply to many schools and see your scholarship opportunities, we can get your merit money back to you quickly. With the FAFSA, you have to apply by October 1st, and that decision in terms of your financial aid will take a little bit longer, but you will find out your merit money. We're rolling decision. You'll find out that within about a 2-week process. So this is an overview too. You'll see our chapel. We were founded by Methodists. However, you do not have to study religion or take a religion course at our school. However, many people do find spiritual activities to do on campus. To the left, you'll see our Peace Garden. A lot of students will sit there, they'll study. It's beautiful in the spring and summer. You'll find many students just sitting there with hammocks or playing games or just studying. To the lower right-hand corner, you'll see our humanities building, and you'll also see our Bishop Library. Okay, I'm having a little trouble with my slides here, so I apologize for that. So our students, I can't get to the next slide, I apologize. Our students are very active students on campus. If you want to do a club, if you want to do an activity, it takes about 10 students to do one of those things. I know spike ball is very popular on our campus. You can just petition student affairs and get a new club or activity on our campus. Like I said before, there are over 90 clubs and activities on our campus, things to do. People are always keeping busy. We have a first-run movie theater right across the street from our campus. A lot of times during the semester, I would say usually 3 or 4 times during the semester, they hand out free movie tickets for our students. Our students go to Hershey. Our freshmen are allowed cars on campus. It costs $25 a year to park your car, which is not a lot. It's a little further. It's on the north side of campus where you park. However, you do not need a car to be on campus. There's plenty of activities that are going on, something always happening on campus. be it our music department, ensembles, we have comedy clubs, we have different events that are always occurring. We have Valley Fest, which is an arts festival that comes, and we involve the community. As I said, we have many study abroad programs, things like that. So there's lots of research opportunities. We do not have teaching assistants on our campus. All our professors teach all their courses. Okay, so if you're interested in LVC, what I'll do is I will put my name and my email and my phone number in the chat, and you can feel free to get in touch with me. With that, tuition and room and board for students, it's about $58,000 for a resident with room and board. Commuters, it's about $45,000. And as I was saying before, these are the different scholarships.
Thank you so much. And due to time, we do need to move to the next institution. I'm so sorry about that, but just due to time, we do need to move on to our next institution, and we will have Holy Family University.
Okay. Let me just share my screen. There we go. Okay. So hi everybody, my name is Leanne Hutchinson from Holy Family University. I'm one of the admissions counselors. I'm also an alumni ×2. I received my bachelor's degree and master's degree from there. Okay, so just some beginner information for Holy Family. So we are a private Catholic university in Philadelphia, but we are more close to the outskirts of Philadelphia. So not directly in the city, but we are 10 minutes from the city. So if a student wants to hop on the bus or even join some friends and go off into Center City to explore, that's totally something that we encourage. And we do have some major landmarks around us if students want to view that as well. So just some breakdown of our academics. We do have 4 schools of study. They are currently going under a name revision, but we have our School of Nursing and Allied Health, our School of Business, our School of Education, and then our School of Arts and Sciences. Our student to faculty ratio is 12:1. We are a relatively small school. So we like it, we prefer it that way. We like to make sure that our students get the opportunity to be able to know their professor and actually be not just a number in the classroom, but have that relationship. I still have contact with some of my professors. So that's something that we really strive for. Our professors are also all professionals who have already been in the field. So when you're going to a marketing class, it's not a professor who's just reading off the book and it's just that. No, that person has already had a career and is now teaching you from experience. Our average class size is about 16. Like I said, that might vary depending on your major. Our most popular majors are nursing and then our education department. So depending on, and with this past year, some of the classes are a little bit higher, about 25 people, just with the pandemic and everything. Certain things had to change, but we still flow and make sure that you're getting that one-to-one. We do have one-on-one faculty advising. So freshmen will receive a faculty advisor, and then their sophomore year and continuing after that, they receive an advisor in their major who will continue to help them in that time. We also offer real world experiences. So not only are professors already trained and they know and they're teaching from experience, but through our career development, we actually are able to provide a service to our students of one-on-one counseling in regards to job placement and career planning. So freshman experience students receive a freshman students receive a freshman experience class, which they will then use that information and the knowledge from there to see like, okay, what exactly is it that you want to do? Because it's a difference from saying you want to study English to actually, it's not really you want to be a teacher, you want to do something else. So we take that and we figure out what you need to do in order to get there, whether it be certain internships, certifications, whatever that may be. We are actually extremely proud to say that this past year, even with the COVID-19 pandemic, we were able to place, as of right now, 85% of our senior class in jobs that are either directly related to their major or directly in their major. So this is something we're extremely proud of, and we continue every day. These students will be followed a year after graduation, just to make sure that they are becoming accustomed to life after graduation, but also for those students who still need help finding a job. And if you're an alumni, you can still come back for more help. So some of our student life. So we do have around a little over 30 registered clubs and organizations. So we have everything from paintball, the paintball club, to video game club, to student government. So these are really great opportunities, and it's actually a proven fact that students who are a part of registered clubs and organizations actually do better off later on with those life skills. So it's something I recommend to all my students. We are a Division II school, and we do have men's and women's athletic sports. Some off the top of my head include soccer, lacrosse, basketball, and softball for girls, and volleyball. We do also offer club intramural sports. So if that's something you're interested in, and if you see that we have not something that you're interested in, then you're more than welcome to start one. We're also extremely proud of our campus safety. We're one of the safest campuses in the city of Philadelphia. We have 24-hour campus surveillance through our security, and all of our buildings are key access. Our freshman application. So we are on the Common App. Basically what you need is an official high school transcript, test scores. Now I will say that test scores, we have not decided if optional test scores are going to be continued into the fall 2022 year, but that is something that will be updated as the information comes. Letters of recommendation are optional, and personal statements are optional, but they are recommended because we believe in making sure that we see the whole picture when it comes to reviewing a student. And then transfer application, same breakdown. It's just that we also require an official college transcript for wherever you attended. So financial aid, 100% of our students receive some type of financial aid. Our tuition and fees, you're looking at around 31, and room and board, you're looking at about 13. Now these obviously depend on your major, the amount of credits that are taken, and what type of room and meal plan a student chooses. We do have different options in those, anything from 12 meals a week to 19. FAFSA is extremely important. It opens on October 1st. I recommend that everyone, applies for that. And something to keep in mind is that we are the lowest net cost private university in the city of Philadelphia currently. So our merit scholarships, this is extremely important. So we base our merit scholarships off of GPA. Like I said, each student receives some type of scholarship. So freshmen can receive anywhere from $12,000 to $21,000 in scholarship, and transfer $8,500 to $14,000. There are GPA requirements. We do have additional scholarships if the student does want to apply, but they would have to be a student for at least a year at Holy Family in order to do so. Other than that, our different outcomes, we are a Value All-Star University. We are one of on the list of the top 10 schools for best salary outcomes, and that's highly due to our career development. They're amazing in working one-on-one with students. And then after that, really at Holy Family, what we want to do is give you a all-around well education from your different clubs and organizations to your one-on-one with your professors to make sure that you are ready, not just from a book, but from actual experience. In the group, in the chat, I will go ahead and put my contact information, and then I will put a link to our ways to visit page, which gives you an opportunity to set up a meeting with me or to come and visit our campus at any time. That's all I had. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next up is Emerson College.
All right, good evening, folks. I'll just bring up my slide here so we can get moving forward. Let's see. All right. All right, wonderful. So I know we have just a few minutes. So essentially what I want to do is help you frame the beginning of your search. Obviously, you're have had a little bit of a tough time in terms of getting to campuses, getting to schools. Hopefully, we'll be able to see you folks this summer, this fall. You'll be able to get to our spaces and really feel comfortable on our campuses. But for now, we really just want to give you a look at which schools are you sort of interested in and where can you go from there. So I'm here with Emerson College. I am going to put my email into the chat at the end of the evening as well. So you can just stay in touch. If you have any questions later on about Emerson, about the major, then let me know. I think ultimately what we want to do tonight is focus on the overall vibe of what Emerson brings to the table. There will be time later on to zero in on, what classes you take sophomore year, where you can go for internships, things like that. But right now, what we bring to the table is that we are a small arts and communications school in Boston. That's really where it all starts. We're right in the middle of the city. We are going to be bringing in a class of about 900 other students. So you're going to have a good chance to have class sizes that are between 15 and 25. You're never going to be in some huge auditorium where you don't know your professor, you don't know the students next to you, you feel like you're really just kind of in this distant space. And for some students, that is what they want, and that's great. There's great opportunities for them to go elsewhere. But what we bring to the table is a comfortable community where you know who you're working with, and you have the opportunity to get really involved in a lot of aspects. So part of that is just things like students live on campus. Our student teacher ratio is 13-1. Everything that's going to be part of your career at Emerson is in our space. So even though you have that city as your backdrop, your dorms, your athletic spaces, your academic buildings, dining halls, everything that you would need is still in that Emerson bubble. So you kind of have an opportunity to have your own college community, but still use Boston as a background for internships and other activities. And, when family visits, you go out in the North End and kind of exploring the city as well. We do bring in students from 49 states, 70 other countries. So we do want to make sure that, this is a place where we are a diverse community. We have folks from all different perspectives, all different backgrounds. So again, those students that you're working with in those classrooms are not going to be having had the same experiences that you've had for the last 17 or 18 years. You are going to be pushed to step out of your comfort zone and see things from a different point of view and see things from other people's perspectives. And we're very proud of the fact that students at Emerson are comfortable and are looking to get out of that comfort zone and really push the boundary a little bit. Now, in terms of what students are doing while they're on campus, this is a place for students who really want to make the most of their time. Now, that can be through your major, it can be through other minors, academic opportunities, it can be through other involvement. People who come to Emerson tend to be really putting their foot in a lot of different camps. This is not a place where you're going to come and be kind of a one-trick pony. You're not going to be stuck being pigeonholed as just the theater kid, just the basketball player, just XYZ. A lot of students come here and they are in theater, they are in musical theater, but they're also on our lacrosse team, they're also on our Mario Kart team, they're also going abroad to one of our locations. We have folks on every continent other than Antarctica, so there really is kind of nowhere in the world that is not available to you. And ultimately, we want to make sure that if there's something that isn't available for you, it can be easily built. So a lot of times students bring their own ideas to campus. So whether that is a new publication, a new radio station, we have our own television channel where students are always creating new shows. Our radio station is very large in Boston as well. So, this is a place where if you are getting involved in something that seems like a simple activity to you, you just think it'd be fun to work at the radio, it can be a great way to actually open up various opportunities to get involved and be prepared for some internships and be prepared for work that comes later on. This is a place where students who come are very engaged in a lot of different fields and do that at the highest level. The students who tend to find us most appealing are the ones who generally are looking to get a lot out of this experience. They're the ones who take charge and are independent and are leaders. We certainly give you a lot of freedom. Now, for some students, that's not ultimately what they're looking for. Some students need a little bit more of a kind of hand-holding approach, and that's fine. That's certainly, again, everyone has their own way to learn, and that's great. What we want to make sure, though, is that students who are coming here are going to be comfortable being in charge of their own projects. If you're someone who's in film, you're going to be able to actually decide what's the project I want to create, how do I want to do it, we'll use our professors to kind of guide you and help you see more options. We want to make sure that you have as many options in front of you as possible, but we're not going to push you down a path or tell you how you should be doing something or making you some generic cookie cutter kind of Emerson creator. We want you to be you. And we want to help you and give you opportunities and kind of work with different equipment and materials that makes you more prepared to be successful. But at the end of the day, it's still you. You're still in control. And that's really what we want from our students. If it's in your major, if it's in your activities, this is a place for students who want to do their best and work and collaborate with other people who are doing their best, really thrive the most. Now, just to finish up here, we do want to talk a little bit about the majors and a little bit about other opportunities. So I already mentioned that we have a Mario Kart team, we have a radio station. We also have students who go abroad every year. That's one of our largest areas of activity on campus. So we have folks who go out to our Los Angeles campus and they'll intern out there. It's in Hollywood, so it's a great place to get prepared for your work opportunities post-grad. We also have a castle in the Netherlands. So if anyone's ever been interested in living in a castle, you can do so. It has 2 moats, which is, twice as safe as if it had 1 moat. So it's a really unique opportunity. Students get to go and live, study at the castle, but we also have kind of the standard opportunities as well, right? If you've ever just wanted to go and study in Paris, study in London, study, in Prague, any of kind of the generic sort of standard opportunities also exist as well. So again, much like everything at Emerson, you can decide how out of the box or how standard you want to go with it. Everything's on the table and we want to make sure that it fits for you. If you're a student who is really engaged on campus, you're in, student government, you have kind of maybe a major and 2 minors, and you are someone who doesn't want to take a full semester away from campus, that's totally fine as well. Go over the summer. We have programs over the summer as well, where you can go and do those same opportunities for 6 to 8 weeks. You still have that access to be having an abroad experience, but you aren't losing a fall or a spring semester. You aren't having to decide, do I want to continue with this certain activity or do I want to go ahead and go abroad? And then finally, again, we are a school of arts and communications. So generally what we see students coming for here is anything under that umbrella. So here's just a few of our majors. The largest ones that we see most commonly students coming for are film, theater, any kind of thing kind of in the theater field. And then under communications, we see a lot of students coming for business, a lot of students coming for sports communication, journalism, marketing. And again, what I want to leave you with here is that you're just sort of starting your searches. You want to get a sense of what the schools bring to the table, and then you can kind of zero in from there once you have that frame. And so what we are is we're a small arts communication school where you can come here and do a little bit of everything that you want to do. So thank you, folks. I appreciate you having me today. Again, I will put my information in the chat. My name is John. I use the he series of pronouns. So anything at all that you can need, shoot me an email later on, and we'll continue working forward together. But otherwise, good luck. Best of luck with your college searches, and thank you for having me.
All right, thanks so much. Next up is Gettysburg College.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing? My name is Tyra Crosby. I am one of our senior assistant directors here at Gettysburg College. I'm also an alum, so long relationship with Gettysburg. I am your person. I'm not gonna take forever. Just know that I will put my contact information in the chat. But I'm your person. If you have questions, follow through, especially as my colleague John has said, this is the time for you to figure out what's going on and then zero in. And so I'm absolutely happy to help and have those conversations with you, parents, family members, whoever. So I just want to make sure you know that I'm your person. And we're just gonna start right off with the basics for Gettysburg. This is a nice aerial view of most of campus. As you can see, lush greenery. We are in a world famous location, right? We are in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. So the town itself gets over 3 million visitors in a year. So there's a lot for you to do on campus and off campus. And then we also have access to those major cities. So as you can see, we're super close to the Maryland border. Baltimore is about an hour away, DC an hour and a half. Our students take advantage of that a lot, especially when it comes to internships in the DC area. And of course, shopping, right? I mean, it's not all work, right? But what I want to point out, right, we're a college of the liberal arts and sciences. So if you're thinking business, if you're thinking economics, if you're thinking Africana studies, or you want to do physics, we have all of that. We have over 65 majors and minors to choose from with a 9-to-1 student faculty ratio. So you are in class, They're capped at 35, though the average is 17. Your professors know who you are. There are no bystanders here at Gettysburg. So you have to come ready, prepared to engage, maybe argue a little bit, just a tad. But you're definitely going to be in class and doing well, and it's a hands-on learning environment. Overall, we have 2,600 students all on campus from nearly 40 states and 40 different countries. So we're definitely trying to see where students are coming from and bringing different thoughts, ideas, religion, etc. And everything that we do on campus is for our students, right? Our students wanted a new data science minor. We have a new data science minor, right? We're seeing that need rising. We have changed our international globalization studies majors for students who wanted something a little bit more formal, updated our organization management studies major. So it's really student focused and student driven and student run, as it should be, of course. So those are the basics really quickly there. And then we also do have some distinctive programming. Every school will have some distinctive program. You just got to see if it's right for you. The 5 that we have, apart from our location, is a Center for Public Service, the Civil War Institute, because of course it's Gettysburg, our Eisenhower Institute, which is a hub of public policy programming. So this was given to us by the Eisenhower family. It houses different programming, from year-long programs to semester-long programs. You don't have to be a political science public policy major. We have over 40 different majors represented there, and they'll do hands-on experience in the field. So if you're thinking about going into that, you can definitely do so. You might be doing the environmental science program, or doing, women in leadership with Ann Dowds, or you can even be in one led by Susan Eisenhower, Eisenhower's granddaughter herself. She leads the one on strategy and leadership in transformational times. The Garthwaite Leadership Center focuses on leadership building skills. You are actually able to be a leadership mentor as something that you can work in there. We have a ropes course outside and things like that, but just building those skills and wondering how you can work and interact with your peers and your colleagues. We also do have the Cinnamon Conservatory of Music. So if you want to be a major or minor, we do have those available. They are audition-based. But if you don't necessarily want to audition for a major or minor, but you want to be in the choir or any of the ensembles, those are absolutely open and something you can take a part of. We are ranked number 2 in Pennsylvania and number 7 in the country for our study abroad programming. What's fantastic is that it's seamless, right? You can go and all of your credits will transfer back because they're affiliated programs. And all of your financial aid goes with you. You can do that 2 semesters. We also give you a flight voucher. I'm saying that back when I was a student, because I'm an alum, I only went once and I should have went twice. That will haunt me. But that's definitely something that we have available for our students. And we are also one of the few schools left in the country with an honor code, right? One thing I want to point out on this slide here is this anonymous table right here in the middle. So a lot of students think, okay, liberal arts, but like I said, we're a liberal arts and sciences school. We have biology, biochemistry, and molecular biology, physics, computer science. And this right here is actually in our virtual cadaver lab. This is in anatomosh tables. These are virtual dissection tables where, as you can see, you can use the tip of your finger to dissect a real body, scanned in, over and over again. So that's really reshaped our anatomy and physiology courses. The other thing I want to point out here is that 98% of our students are employed or in graduate school within 1 year after graduation. Right? So if you're talking with your parents and you're like, okay, what am I going to do after? Tons. You have options, which is fantastic. One thing I'm super proud of is this past year, 2020 grads. It was a tough year to graduate, right? And our Center for Career Engagement, though they be but small, they be mighty. They reached out to every single graduating senior via phone, text, email, whatever it might be, to make sure that they had something, grad school, job, internship, whatever they needed from that office, and to be able to help them as much as possible. Definitely a heavy load, but worth it, right? So you definitely matter. And then I will also end with just a brief overview of what you need. These things most schools will need, right? You're going to apply using Common App, academic transcript. That is 4 years of what you've been doing. Notice I say 4, no senioritis. But that's 4 years of what you've been doing. Your extracurriculars, we care about your life beyond the classroom, right? So we want to know what's going on in the classroom, but then what's going on in your life in a meaningful way. And you have all of this just to get to know us. It's a relationship building opportunity. And so you've already started that. You see me, definitely reach out to me. I'm going to put my email in the chat and we can continue the conversation. But thank you so much for joining us today. And I definitely hope to hear from you all soon.
All right, and last but not least, we have Plymouth State University.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining in. I'm adding my info into the chat. So first and foremost, most of you are probably wondering, where is Plymouth State? We are located in central New Hampshire, which is right at the base of a national forest. So definitely an outdoors feeling campus. We are right off Route 93 though, so it is easily accessible and right off exit 25. So no real back roads or anything to get to campus. Kind of a straight shot once you're on 93. But if you're looking from the state of Pennsylvania, it will vary on the time difference, but New York City is about 5.5, 6 hours away, just to get you to gain a picture and idea of how long that takes. Like I was saying, the outdoors are very at our disposal, so we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, how that attracts some students. But just Plymouth State by the numbers, we have about 4,000 undergraduate students and about 2,000 graduate students. And 96% of those students live on campus full time, and that's all within a mile radius. So a nice secluded feeling on campus, kind of that typical New England college town vibe. Classrooms are going to be smaller as well. So you'll have that 18:1 student to faculty ratio. It certainly creates for a more experiential learning. And it really helps too if you need help with projects, papers, studying for a test, because there are office hours for your professors, and you can build that relationship and they help you really succeed. I'm going to go back one quick second too. Just another thing to point out, we do have a diverse representation of students from across the world, as we do recruit from 45 different states and 26 different countries. We do have a whole international admissions counselor. Her name is Sandy, so she does a lot of recruiting in European countries, Asian countries. So we're definitely a diverse global campus. Some things for fun, obviously you want to stay active and make sure you're being social on campus. These clubs and organizations also dive into building your resume and having experience within your major or program. For example, Student Nursing Association and the American Meteorological Club. So obviously those are focused within the major. You can put those on your resume, help you out with networking. And again, it's social too, so it's a for fun thing after your studies. Another club that's interesting is 91.7 WPCR, our radio station. Have like communication majors working on that. And that picture right there, like I was saying, we're an outdoorsy type school. That's run by our ski club and snowboard club, and it's called Rail Jam. It's fully student run, fully marketed by the students. They'll work with local ski mountains to help set things up and market it. So it's event planning, marketing experience, all stuff, again, you can put on your resume and build up. And if you want to build a club, you can sure do that. It takes 5 people and a faculty or staff member, like our cactus and succulent enthusiast club. We have club sports as well, like men's and women's rugby. So obviously you can be social campus, but the main reason you're coming here is to study. So I will highlight, just by popularity, business, criminal justice, and education. We were based on education back in the day, used to be called Plymouth Teachers College. Some standout majors will be adventure education, meteorology, and nursing. Nursing is a special requirement major. And then we also have theater arts, music and theater, which is a special requirement as well, requires an audition. We do have sciences like allied health sciences, bio, chemistry, all that great stuff. And it's okay to go undeclared. You don't have to have a major until the end of your sophomore year. Now, one thing to highlight here about your learning experiences Plymouth is your opportunity to take part in our integrated clusters. This has received national attention and is the highlight of our kind of learning experience here. You have the option to take a class that's in a clusters project. So you can see on that Venn diagram that there are different topic matters. And essentially what these projects are cross-major projects. So you're working with, so for example, there's a project for working with Northern New Hampshire businesses and helping their business practices. So if you are a marketing major, you have the chance to work with French majors, you have the chance to work with graphic designers. So you can see how that intertwines. It's hugely important because it gives you that real world experience in the classroom so that when you go and interview after college, you have that 1 to 2 years for an entry level job that sometimes employers are looking for. So you'll look at that's a major focus here at Plymouth, and a really good experience to have. There are 4 tools divided up, but to save time, I will, if you want, you can reach out to me and we can talk a little bit more about the clusters. We obviously want to make sure you're successful here at Plymouth, and we have a bunch of services to do that and help you along your 4 years here. When you are a first year or a freshman, you are assigned a student success coach. Essentially, that is a first year advisor. They'll help you schedule your classes. They'll help you, questions about billing or financial aid. They're your encyclopedia or dictionary, essentially, for your first year here at Plymouth. Career development, they're going to help you connect with internship opportunities, build up your resume, cover letter, maybe do a mock interview. So they're to help you with that whole career development, maybe after and between the college experience. The Global Ed Office, if you want to study abroad, there are a ton of opportunities with host universities or study abroad providers. Accessibility Services help students with 504 IEPs, for example, in the classroom. Any other sort of things in that realm, you go through Accessibility Services and they'll help you out with your campus experience. We are part of TRIO, which does help students who are underprivileged and in a first generation household. And then we do offer free peer tutoring. And that's from a student who took the same class you're in and received a high grade. We do offer housing all 4 years here at Plymouth. There are 6 first-year halls, and typically how it works is you'll live in the first-year halls freshman year. Second year, you'll go live in the suite-style halls or possibly the student apartments, same as junior, and then senior year, if you'd like, you have the opportunity to move off campus. We do have 25 NCAA Division III sports, plenty of club sports, and one thing, like I was saying, to highlight are the outdoor sports here. We offer $5 lift tickets to our local ski mountain. That's discounted rentals, discounted lessons, and we are one of the best schools in the nation for skiing and snowboarding. How do you apply? We're available in the Common App, and we have one on our website as well. Here are just some quick things we look for. We are rolling admissions, so we review on a constant basis. Applications typically close around April. Important deadlines. I'm sure all my other fellow admissions counselor will point out FAFSA, hugely important. Make sure you make that priority deadline. Finances before financial aid and any scholarship. As an out-of-state student, you'll be looking at about $36,000. And again, that's before financial aid or scholarship. We do offer merit scholarship based on your GPA, which is locked in at the point of applying. So if you can, take a picture of this real quick and I can surely talk to you about it more afterwards. Just some quick accolades here. We were stated as the #1 school nationwide for critical thinking improvement by the Wall Street Journal. And just some quick alumni and where they're working now. Thank you, everyone. Here are some contacts. Again, mine is right there if you want to take a picture. I put it in the chat as well. Financial aid, accessibility service, and athletics.
All right, thank you to all of our attendees this evening and to all of our reps for joining us and taking the time tonight to come out. So there is a quick survey for all of our attendees after you close out your window. If you feel free to just give us your feedback on how we did this evening. There are more sessions happening tomorrow night with more colleges and universities, so definitely feel free to sign up for more sessions, hear about some more information. And then this recording will be available within a few days at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us this evening and also all of our reps. Best of luck to our students on their college search process, and also best of luck to all of our reps on the rest of their recruitment season. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming this evening, and have a good night. Bye, everyone.